Hi everybody, hope you're doing really well. Just wanted to do you a very quick video to talk about BASHFEST and the cars I had and the kind of overall what happened. There's going to be a lot of footage coming out from me, hopefully, from the weekend. Firstly, my cars. So I'm home, it's the Monday, bank holiday Monday after the weekend, and I'm just cleaning up my stuff. It was very dusty. I had with me my Losi 5B, which is this one here, and outside there is my ALX 50cc 5T. So basically, this was the car, my kind of go-to car. I also had my X-Max. I had a couple of issues there, just with it cutting out. I'm not sure why yet. So I used that on the oval very briefly. In fact, you may see that on other people's channels. I met a couple of guys. Oh, I met a lot of people actually at BASHFEST. A lot of people at BASHFEST as usual. Hello to everyone. It's great to chat to you there. That's what it's all about for me, the event. Running your cars and meeting people, having a chat, having a laugh. That's what it's about. So get yourself there if you haven't already been there. So yeah, met a few guys there. One guy was Jake Billing. He's there. If you don't know him, he has a YouTube channel. He's been going for quite a while, and he's a popular guy and seemed like a nice bloke. So check him out. He had his he had his 30 degree north truck there, which is from RC Models. Check that out. And yeah, hopefully he's got some good videos coming from the event himself. And then I also met Kevin Talbot's mates. There was Pat, and I'm really sorry, I can't remember your name. You got the funny voice and funny character. I'll have to find your name in one of the videos and post it. So, and a couple of your mates. So great to see you there. Kevin Talbot has the RC channel, and Pat has his own channel, as does, I think it's Stumpy, is it? I want to check that. So I'll check and try and remember. I'm terrible with names. So many names, especially from BASHFEST, that I forget who's who. But I will check you out because great characters on Kevin's channel. I think that the way to make a good YouTube channel, for me anyway, is to have characters on it and have a laugh. That's what it's all about. And that comes across in the videos. And yeah, so keep doing what you're doing, guys. Really good to meet you all. And yeah, hopefully see you again in August at the next event, if not before. So yeah, moving back to my cars, the 5B, this was brilliant. Oval, it was brilliant. I spoke to Jake about this, and what I was trying to say to him was, standard cars, this is a 29cc standard Zenoa engine, 4-bolt, in a basically standard Losi 5B, other than, I suppose, the exhaust. It's not a standard exhaust, it's a tuned pipe, but you'd get a tuned silence pipe anyway if you didn't have that. And it's got a different pull start, but otherwise it's basically the standard kit, I suppose. It's got extenders here at the back slightly. But yeah, the point is, standard car, or relatively standard in terms of what we do to our fifth scales these days, and it just ran great. These are known for overheating. The 5B platform is known for overheating. Let's not lie about that. That is a known issue with the 5B. The airflow through the body or whatever isn't great, or something happens, the exhaust routing is near the pull start. I'm not sure what it is really, but you need to get hot air out of the truck, out of the car, sorry. So I've cut the top off, and I've also cut the body around a lot around here to let air out. So that's what that's for. Bear that in mind if you have a 5B. You know, what I've heard generally is, if you're going to put a tuned engine, a 34, a 32, something bigger, or something tuned, a Scott Finley, you know, of that size, maybe a slightly more stressed engine than a standard engine, you're asking for trouble. Well, that's what I hear. I've not done it myself, but with my standard 29, I've had no overheating issues yet with this car. I've used it, I think, at 3 BASHFEST now, and technical yesterday I ran for, I'd estimate 20 minutes to half an hour on the track, and I wasn't holding back, and I had no issues. The exhaust came a bit loose at the end, and I heard it sounded a bit odd, so I pulled in. But otherwise, no issues. Ran it on the oval on the Saturday, and a lot of people say this, no one could beat me on the oval with my car, you know, how great is my car and all that kind of thing. But in seriousness, I don't think many cars are faster over several laps. So you'll get a big bore car, maybe have a good few laps and do okay. But consistency, it's easier to use a smaller car like this. The 5B handles and goes where you want it. Things like the MCDs, again, will have an advantage really on the tracks. Technical, obviously, the MCDs seem to rule the roost really, but there's slight questions over strength of MCDs. I don't know, I've not had one yet, but I hope to try one. So yeah, anyway, 5B, to cut my ramble short, was brilliant, and I can't recommend this car enough. I'm thinking of doing a brushless 8S conversion on it, just to see what it's like, because I do have the TLR brushless kit. I know a lot of people will think, what the hell are you doing? Brushless, what's that all about? And all that kind of thing. But just, I like messing about, so I might try it. So that's a potential plan. 5B, excellent, in my opinion. Brilliant. All-rounder, fast, strong, maybe a good occasional race car and good basher. If you're racing, MCD seems to be the way as far as I can see. And if you're, but if you're not on a full-time racer and you just want to try a bit of track and use it for other things, I love the 5B. You can't beat the quality of a TLR in my opinion, for kind of all round. And I think they've done a good job with this. I wish they'd come out with a version 2 of the 5B that didn't have the overheating issues, and it would get back a lot of people to the platform that tried it, put fancy expensive engines in it and went whole hog into it with the kit and all that, and then blew up their engines. So Losi, get onto it, that's what I say. Moving on to this is my Losi 5T with the ALX Super 50 in it. Now again, big bores v small bores and all that kind of thing. A lot of stuff's going on with the big bores at the moment, and there's constantly more and more engines coming out. RC Max has recently brought out, or bringing out, the Supreme series of engines with a new cylinder, and you've got ALX coming out with a twin, 80cc twin. There's the 85cc Losi, and so on. The big bore scene seems to be moving on and on and on. And basically, you get a big bore engine at the moment, and it seems like a year later, there's something new, and you're going to be wanting that. So if you're into the big bore stuff, it gets like an addiction. It's crazy. But there you go. If you don't have a big bore, you'll be going, oh, what's that all about? So it's all relative. But basically, RC Max, as I say, coming out with new stuff. They got a massive clutch coming out, a free shoe clutch coming out, and it's huge. The clutch on it is massive. So I know there's a lot of people say, clutch is burning or get overheating and so on. Well, that could remedy that. Also, I know there's a new clutch on the smaller engines anyway, so that's all improving all the time. So there's going to be a new 71, a new 80 from RC Max with this huge clutch coming out in the next weeks and months, and ALX is going to have this twin coming out in the next months. Possibly by August BASHFEST there'll be the odd twin on show, possibly. I'm not sure if it's going to happen that quickly, but I know they're going to be testing a twin soon, and I'm hoping to get that on film, ideally for you guys. But anyway, going back to my experience, my 50, I've had issues sometimes with this ignition coil mount moves like that, and it basically rams the wiring against the head, which shorts it out, and then I can't start the car. So after the odd crash, it always seems, in a big hit, it seems to move and do that, and it won't start. So I had a couple of runs on the oval. I tried the MCD Astro Max tyres, which are these, and they were too grippy, if anything, and with the rutted kind of oval surface, I had a few rolls, so I kind of gave up on those. I fitted my glued Gorilla glued and taped Mad Max giant grips, aren't they? And they stayed on and were brilliant. There's a video that a friend of mine, Valentin, filmed of me using this car with his body, his special body that he made on the oval. And that run for me was brilliant. I loved that. It was amazing. The buzz you get from running a big bore, by the way, you can't describe it until you've tried it, because it's like a total beast. It's scary almost. So you're kind of twitching, and that's the way I feel anyway. So, you know, bear that in mind. I was a bit twitchy, but wow, it was brilliant. It ran reliably. Nothing broke, which is sometimes unusual with these. Last BASHFEST, I broke 3 ball ends off drive shafts. 1, 2, 3. 1 survived, and this time, after doing the area RC front diff, not rear diff, sorting it out, rebuilding it onto an RC Max chassis, RC Max Pro-Am chassis, and what else did I do? The Bonehead towers. So a bit of a spruce up, a few more modifications. Does it ever end? I don't know. This was really good. It ran like a dream. No issues with the engine whatsoever. Not that I ever have had any, other than the coil hitting the head. What ended that run was my pinion flew off. So I actually lost the screw out of the square drive, which is just there. And my pinion came flying out. And I saw it actually pinging along the track. So I stood, well, I had to stop, obviously. I had no drive. But I managed to grab hold of it without getting hit up the back or anything while I was stuck in the middle of the track. So this was brilliant, and I loved it. And I think that's the thing with the big bore stuff. It's very expensive, but it's addictive. The buzz, the high you get from running a big bore and it running well, you can't get with anything else. But also, when things don't go well, you can have a big downer, right? Because you've got a lot of money invested and you get like 2 laps out of it and it breaks. So it's one of those things. But it's like anything. The highs keep you addicted to it and they keep you in it. So I'm actually thinking already, do I want to get involved with a RC Max for a hybrid build, possibly? Or do I want to get involved with this Twin ILX? I don't know. But the ideas are already getting there. So I just wanted to say, yes, this was brilliant. But if you're getting involved in big bores, and I had a word with Jake Billing about this, as I was saying, it's an expensive game, and yeah, it's one of those things. It's not you won't be there for reliability, but you'll be there for the buzz and the amazing sound, the way they look, and everything else. That's why we're there, aren't we? I suppose. But if you want just a reliable car that is just as quick, you know, in that situation of the oval track or the tech track, definitely, obviously, I haven't seen any big bores on the tech track, then basically what you're going to do, stay with a standard car or get a car that's you know, cheaper and more reliable maybe. So that was my point that I was trying to get across to Jake. I don't know if he quite got that, but that's what I was trying to say to him. So anyway, that's the update on my cars. I need to give this a clean and chuck it in my loft. My cars live in my loft, sadly, because I've got no space. But yeah, that's it. Hi to everyone who was there at BASHFEST. Massive thanks to the organisers. You did a great job. It's a great event. Get yourselves there in August if you can. I don't know, am I going to just be a black head with a shadow behind me outside? Maybe I will. And yeah, that is it. Basically, you know, it was a great weekend. I will not be sleeping in the back of my van ever again, however. So yeah, good to talk to you guys. Great to see you all. I'll catch you in another video. See you later.